Hola amigos, bien o no, y saludos desde Medellín. El tema de hoy, desarrollo, development. So, development, how we can improve bit by bit our fluency, starting with more basic concepts, building on those ideas and developing them into more complex concepts and more fluid communication. Now, this is very useful way of approaching it, because to begin with, it allows us to start small. So we don't have to be anxious that the beginning of the process is quite basic ideas, basic vocabulary, because all of the elements we put together will develop into the more complex language we're hoping to use as adults. Let's give you an example how we can work this. So let's say we're studying for a test, and we know in the test there's a standard set of questions for the exam. So we take those questions and we practice those, partly to practice the answers as well, those kind of, what's the answer for this one? But as well as practicing it for answers, we're also practicing this to work on how we sound by reading aloud. We can work on our comprehension by listening to the questions and writing them down, looking for key elements within it. As this develops, once we've read and understood lots of questions on a similar topic, our development of this is then to abstract all that information and be ready to use all the vocabulary we've learned to talk about that topic area on our own without the script. So that's to take all the different elements of those questions we've been practicing, all the information that's there, but be able to take that information and talk about it to someone else in our own words. And at that point, we've developed from just repeating and memorizing things into actively expressing our own ideas about it. That's the development. So don't worry if at the beginning what you're doing feels a bit mechanical, because I'm just learning the person says this, I reply with that. Yeah, there's a lot of that, but in time it will develop into a more fluid exchange of ideas. Cheerio for now.